4-2 Milan with a freaking ridiculous victory in this one. I'm still in shock. I mean, we're obviously in drinking mood. As Stevie say, Madonna Mia save, what a save by Gigio. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But just a great game overall. And, I was so close to giving Romagnoli flop of the game because he almost took a Chiar too at one point in the game with a kick to the face. Overall, it just ended up being a good game. And I don't know who the man of the match is for me, but wow, what a performance by Milan.
I like the shout that Miguel has on Kessie.
Kessie, yeah. Man of the match. Yeah, he's up there for me for sure.
I thought he was terrific.
Hakan was a big game changer when he came on.
Yeah.
Leao as well. I mean,
yep. I'll say that Rebic was opportunistic.
That's what you want your striker to be, though, right?
Yep. The fourth goal is really good pressing by Milan and forcing Alexandro into a mistake. And he tried to play a ball that he thought was safe, and great positioning by Bonaventura and great job of reading it and acting on it. But I'm with Miguel. I'm with Stevie here, and I thought Frank Kessie was the best player on the pitch in this game.
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, like Stevie says, when he's left to do his job and he doesn't have to do too much, like Romagnoli, they play so much better. And Frank is, I'm glad he's still on the team. And I saw a tweet that came out and said, hey, we should trade Kessié for Gagliardini. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
No.
Come on. No way.
Oh, no.
Never. That and 100 million, maybe.
Yep.
That's how much he means to the team right now and the fans. So,
yeah, I thought Benacer was good, not great. Yellow card early, which was kind of sketchy. But he helped the team keep the ball. He got into some situations where he had did some crucial ball winning. And I thought, like I said, the forwards, Zlatan, he had the assist for Kessie. He scored the penalty. Rebic had a goal and an assist. And then you had Donnarumma making a huge save in the second half, and I believe that was on Rugani. Those were the ones that I come away with that probably were the best players in the game for Milan, but probably going to go with Frank Kessie above all of them. I'm in agreement with what everybody's saying in the chat.
No, 100%. I thought it was a brilliant performance by Milan. They continue their hot streak. I got a little bit of music going on in the background. If you guys can hear it, let me know. If you can't, let me know. But yeah, Milan's been playing so well as of late. Obviously, it's going to bring up a lot of questions. We were wondering how Milan would play going into this game because, as Milan do in the old Italian drama, they announced just before the game that Rangnick is going to become the next manager for Milan and all the other million positions. And many wonder, would this have an effect on the game? Pioli and the team, they came out focused. They did what they had to do. They did come out sluggish, as the guys have mentioned in the chat. But overall, I mean, Milan played excellent.
Is this the Milan? This isn't the Milan anthem, is it?
No, this is that's the song that came out to. It was MS Killa and Saturninion or whatever.
Oh, okay.
That's the song they come out to in the stadium every time.
Perfect. They're the form team right now in Serie A.
Them and Atalanta, I think, yeah.
They are and I would even say just slightly ahead of Atalanta. I think Atalanta's winning games. Milan have played 5, they've won 4, and they've drawn 1, and they've scored 15 goals.
Not used to this.
No, we're not used to this at all. So it's astonishing, what the break has done for them to be able to regroup, get it all together, and if they play, Ibrahimovic made the comment, said if I had been playing with Milan from the beginning of the season, we would be winning the Scudetto.
I don't know about that, but
well, when you look at this form, 13 points from a possible 15 in your first 5 games back, and it's no slouches. It's Juve, it's Lazio, it's Roma. They battled back from 2-0 down to draw Spal, and they blew away Lecce 4-1. And I mean, they 15 goals scored, 5 conceded, and 3 of the 5, Chiar wasn't on the pitch. All right.
Yeah. There was a brilliant statistic where they said, with Milan with Chiar and Milan without Chiar is like a vast difference. I mean, they barely give up goals. They win games a lot more than when he's not there. And it shows. He's been the rock for Romagnoli and the team.
So they're in Scudetto winning form since coming back from the break. I mean, that is a rate that wins a Scudetto, because I believe that's a rate that over 38 games would be in the neighborhood of 100 points. Now, it's a very hard rate to keep up. I get that. But Zlatan is not wrong in what he's saying. The points, the goals, and the way this team has played. And the job that Pioli has done to get this thing together and to get them to they're in fifth now. All right. Richard's going for a refill.
Yeah, no, they're fifth. And, the question then, since we're talking about it and they're fifth place right now, it makes a decision even that much more crazier now that they announced Rangnick, because, they didn't wait till the end of the season. We've been through this before, right? And Kenchi Fred sent this question out earlier. It's the same situation as last time. Gattuso led us just 1 point from out of Champions League last year. We got rid of him, started over. Now Pioli has an opportunity to lead them, from this abysmal season. By the way, he's probably going to be one of the coaches of the year candidates, not the candidate, but one of the candidates because what he's done. If they finish at fifth, but the team is now in fifth place, and if they do finish somewhere fifth or sixth to get Europa League, and then are you going to start over with Rangnick? It's a cycle that's not good. I mean, I like the outcome where we're going, what we're doing with Rangnick. My opinion, this is just my opinion. Rangnick and the team and the backroom staff should think about this again and be like, look, Pioli's doing really well for us. Let him stay as manager. Let me teach him. First find out if he's willing to adapt to his gegenpress maybe and kind of shift to that eventually. But
you see some pressing features with what he's doing now.
Yeah, so he probably could do it. And he's smart enough to do it. So give him an opportunity. Let Rangnick stay in the backroom with every other job he wants. He wants to be, medical director and all this other stuff too. Let him do that. That's fine. Yeah. Let Pioli do the job at manager because he's doing a fantastic job right now.
Sure. No. But let me play devil's advocate.
Please.
Okay. Let me play devil's advocate here. Milan are the Devils. Not a pun. It's just what I said. But anyway. Let's look at this. Okay, they beat a Juventus that couldn't play Dybala or De Ligt. They beat a Lazio that couldn't play Immobile and Caicedo. Yep. All right. So they got to play the top two teams, but they got to play them. And I'm not trying to be the Debbie Downer. I'm not trying to be. And I'm excited that Milan are on this run. Believe me, it's been long overdue. It's been needed for a fan base that's been starving for some success of some degree. But these aren't the best sides they could have gone up against. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
And you have to really compute the possibility that things could have been different if those players were available. Unfortunately, but rules are rules. They all got their fifth yellows, couldn't be available for the game, and Milan ran into a little bit of luck. Okay. But now, so that's one thing, okay, with this run. And I think that Pioli certainly deserves a lot of the plaudits for taking advantage of the situation and coming away with wins, because a good manager is going to seize those things and take advantage of them and go on and do what's necessary to win those games in those situations. The other part of Pioli is you look at his resume.
Sure, absolutely.
He gets stale. Okay, it happened at Lazio. It happened at Inter. It happened at Fiorentina. The sample size or the resume doesn't afford Pioli to be extended. If you just look at it strictly on that,
sure, yeah,
they're doing the right thing by doing something here with Rangnick and having Pioli being the caretaker. Okay. But I agree with Stevie wholeheartedly. Someone at Milan needs to answer some questions about their public relations. Terrible timing and very disrespectful. Yes, there's a man in charge right now. Okay. And what has been said to Pioli behind closed doors? What has Gazzetta said? What has Maldini said? What have those guys said? All right, to Pioli. What have they said to him?
Yeah.
They said, hey,
we don't know.
This is a temp job for you. At the end of the season, we're going in a different direction. Okay. But the trend with Pioli and the history with Pioli suggests that this is great, but it does regress.
Now, to counter that, haven't they said that about other managers in the past too? Claudio Ranieri and some other ones. He's a tinker man, and there's other people that have had these stigmas where they can never get to that next level. And some of those guys, not all, some of them get to that next level just because they find the right team that's perfect for them. Maybe this is it, maybe it's not. Out of all of this, Pioli's going to come smelling roses because he's faced back-to-back difficult situations. Obviously, the trauma that happened in Fiorentina with Astori passing away, having to, pull that team together and keep them from getting relegated. And coming to Milan, a situation where it was this shit show with Gianpaolo. Yep. It started out so poorly, and then now they're one of the best teams in the restart. He could, whether he gets the job with Milan next year or not, he's gonna have opportunities because of what he did at Milan and Fiorentina as well. He's saved two teams that had very difficult situations, and he's stabilized them, which we knew he's going to stabilize. You were talking about it when we hired him. He's going to stabilize the ship. You were the only one Pioli in while everybody else is Pioli out, and so he's going to come out the best out of all of this.
Well, Sabrina Belmonte was also Pioli in, and Michael Lisi to an extent was Pioli in, that he didn't want a former player retread.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't want to take all the credit for that. So I did ask after the Lazio game when I should take my victory lap on suggesting this, and I suggested it even before it was even possibly considered that Pioli would end up being the manager after Gianpaolo was sacked. I went to Twitter and I said, Stefano Pioli, not a bad idea. Yeah. Not a bad idea. He's a 4-3-3 guy. This is 4-3-3 personnel. Not a bad stopgap before you get to the next guy. So, and then when it happened, all hell broke loose with Milan Twitter, and I looked at it and I said, "This could actually be okay, guys. Let's give it a chance." I was definitely not on the Pioli out trend. I actually thought that was shameful too.
Yeah.
So
no, it definitely was. And Stevie's saying if they make Europa and this changes official, we will have 3 on the payroll starting next season. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?